So that's all I've got.
Well, that's good, but we're all over the place today, but I don't care. Hey, guess what me and Danny been working on? Frosty, right?
Yeah.
And remember last week I talked about, getting that to look with the applique is going to be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we do top down, this is just me testing, so it's just a test. Because there's a lot of testing that goes into this. This is me just running.
Turn it around.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we have it set up so you
I know.
we're trying to make it easy on
I'm
you.
saying, oh God, look at this stitching.
I love it.
Is that with the embroidery machine?
Yes.
What are you using for thread? Just regular 50 weight? Or 40 weight?
This happens to just be Floriani.
Just Floriani 40
Just
weight. Okay,
Floriani
yeah.
40 weight.
Because it looks really good.
I tried the spaghetti stuff.
Yeah. But that looks fantastic.
Is that amazing?
So if you
Guys, can you ooh and ah? This is me practicing all on the embroidery machine, checking stitching and placement and whatnot. And I got all this in the 9x14 hoop by using a little creative juices, moving the fence over just half an inch. Now I have 4 hoopings instead of 7.
Nice.
Moving a squirrely thing down half an inch. So there are some political maneuvers on my part. Creative moves.
So if you
but
are
now it's
doing
down to
this,
4 hoops.
we have we do have some kits still available. We're gonna get started in earnest on this in
But
January. But
I'm not using satin stitches. I am digitizing with this. I
Yeah.
think it's in the flavor of the quilt.
it looks really
and
good.
It
I-
looks more, yes.
I couldn't.
Original.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how beautiful we managed to get it. So,
I love it.
snow day.
Though I'm achy.
Oh, I know, Adriana.
She's achy. Got the Rona.
Oh, she got her
got the
shot
Rona?
yesterday. Her second shot.
the
Sorry,
Rona.
honey. Sorry. Do you notice what PJs I got on, Miss A? She did not like these PJs. These were last year's PJs.
I like them.
Every year I do PJs, and every Christmas Eve, everybody has to put them on, no matter if they fit or not, no matter if they like them or not. And Adriana was disappointed because I made the Stink Stank Stunk, but I didn't make the Grinch. The Grinch came on the shirt, and I just added Stink Stank Stunk. And she said, "Grin, that's cheating." But oh well.
Years ago for Christmas, my grandpa, I don't know if my mom's going to tell the story, and his new wife,
Yay, me and
his new
match.
wife sent us pajamas. Now, mind you, I hadn't been out west to the grandparents since I was like 8, and at this point I'm like 13 or 14, and we got these new pajamas. And,
So they went up to your knees.
well, so we put them on, and I remember, I don't think we got them on, but I was like, yeah, and I remember the quote. He's like, yeah, he hasn't seen you guys in years. Now you look like stuffed sausages.
They were a little snug, were they?
Oh, they were really snug. And then
I've had some of that.
And then we
I've
had to
some
do
of
the
that.
obligatory Christmas phone call. Do you ever have to do like phone calls with people you don't really know as a kid, and it's just really awkward?
No.
Thank you.
I don't.
Grandpa,
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and it was just, what do you talk? You're a kid. What do you talk
Yeah,
about?
yeah, you don't. That's the thing. But anyway,
Bye.
Yeah.
I am
I guess it's
so
different
very
now with like
excited.
FaceTime because you can just stare at each other and look stupid rather than on
Yeah.
the phone, the silence, and you're like,
Yep. Yeah. So we're well on our way.
oh, I could tell all sorts of stories that would get me in trouble.
Oh, I know. I can remember one year the PJs I got for one of my sons were too small, way too small. They were like half. I go.
I was gonna say the PJs were too small or the sun was too small.
The PJs were too small, and I said, and the sleeves are like this, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Put them on. It's photo time. It's photo time.
Speaking of photo time, I got married.
Oh, I meant to make that announcement. Look, show off your ring.
My ring?
He's got a ring on his finger now. My
What's
word.
it say?
What's it say? Sarah was very excited about this.
Can you see it?
Can you see it?
My not husband. My not husband.
yes. And
Very sentimental.
and her says my never wife. So it works out.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That was a big surprise.
I only thought of that because we were talking about photos, and Eddie was the wedding photographer, and it was quite exciting.
Oh, really, Eddie? Wow,
You
you're
got
just
any?
doing everything.
I think it took him longer to set up the tripod than the actual wedding lasted.
Oh, probably. Wow, that's pretty cool. Anybody cry?
I don't think so.
No? It was like, yeah, let's get this over with.
I get, yeah.
All right. Well, I have another Christmas.
It was
thing.
long overdue.
Show
You
off.
know, I proposed to her, what, 4 years ago? 3 years? So it's been a while.
Why did it take you so long?
It wasn't up to me. It was up to her. I was just like, okay, never.
Huh. All right.
Took me long too. I'm
Really?
lazy. I didn't want to plan it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we didn't
God.
really plan it.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's
have
usually
the
what
big
happened is
to-do.
one of the gals that comes through here, she's justice of the peace. I'm like, hey, you want to marry me? And she's like, sure. And then we just set it up and got married.
Well, that works.
Hey, it's all official
That
now.
works. That works. This is yes. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
So
just totally hijacked your show.
no, that's all right. This what's not really. We're all over today, right? Okay. This is my my husband's grandmother made this ornament and passed it down to her daughter, which is Deanna, who got it and then said, "Oh, there's only one person who's going to really appreciate that," and she mailed it up to me.
So how old is that ornament? Like, we're talking decades or just?
Yeah, oh yeah, decades.
That
Really?
was brand new.
Decades.
It looks like it was made yesterday.
Well, the funny thing is, I can remember her, Grammy Wakefield, coming to visit on Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
when it had to have been 30 years ago. And it was more than 30 years ago.
Come on, now you're not that
No,
old.
it had to have been 35 to 38 years ago. And
Nice.
she sat down, she brought her supplies, and she taught me how to make these. And I made zillions of them. And my son Craig says, "Mom, I remember you making those with you when I was like 8 years old." And he's 40 now. That's why I kind of know it was
You
a
have a
long time
40-year-old
ago.
child? I can't believe it.
Shut up. So anyway, I said, "I know, and I don't have any because I gave them all away." So it made me go, you know what? We're going to be doing this Christmas Eve, whether you like it or not. We're all going to be
Guess what you're doing, Adriana?
We're all going to be making a pine cone ornament. Have any of y'all made these?
I think I've seen them done with the balls instead of the eggs.
Well, those are
but
called
that
artichokes.
statement just
Yeah.
really...
Yeah, I have made the ball
That's
ones.
what
They're
she said.
You're
Yeah,
slipping,
they
yeah.
look like little stars,
Yeah.
right? Folded star ornaments.
Yeah.
Yes, they're a little bit harder than these. These are easier. And I looked at it, and she used all ribbon, which I thought was pretty ingenious. She just used 3/4 inch ribbon. On this one, but I always taught that you made it with fabric, which is why I thought, hey, we're going to just give you a quick down and dirty.
Yes, let's see
Because
it. I'm curious
it does
now.
one fat quarter will make 2 ornaments, two pine cones.
Where do you get the eggs, though? You
Um,
got to find a styrofoam chicken?
Hobby Lobby,
See,
Walmart.
those are my dad jokes right there.
Yeah, they
I
are.
got dad joke skills right there.
Say now, I'm going to show you when they did hers. You can. This is me poking it apart. I could find the ball. I could find the styrofoam. So Becky always has to say, "I don't want to see the styrofoam." Sorry, Graham.
Is Graham still with us?
She is. So all you need is 2-inch squares of fabric.
Dos
You just-
pulgados.
You just chop them up. What I would do is I would cover. Oh, there's goodies on my egg. I would cover the bottom with something so when someone peeks
Was
like
that
me,
Was that fuzz on your egg?
I don't know where that fuzz is coming
It's a
from.
good thing you're not working with balls, because fuzzy balls.
That's what she said.
It's not that type of show.
Anyway, I'm not doing the whole egg. How many of you made these? Oh, Jean says, yeah, yay. I know, and I don't have any, so I want to make them for my tree. And I picked out all sorts of, here's, just so you know, I went through my stash and I got some sparkly stuff.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And I happen to know that you have some sparkly Christmas stuff
Oh, I
out
do have some
front,
good stuff,
and they would be
yes.
perfect for this project. So literally, you don't need or fat quarter will make 2. Just cover that up, and then all you do, and I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's all over the internet, but you just take your 2-inch square for the pine cone. I like to do it in triangles. You just take your 2. Did I do that too fast?
No, you just folded it twice.
They
right?
folded
Yeah.
it twice, yeah.
2 times, and then.
To fold it into a triangle.
And then you just keep going around and sticking it on here and using your pins and sticking the next
How many
one.
pins do you put in each one?
2. Just 2.
One on each side of the triangle?
Yep, one on each side of the triangle. And if you want it to last a long time, you take some glue like this.
We all know how you feel about glue.
Hey, I'm seeing more and more glue uses on the internet with quilting, so you got to stop.
Has anybody started sniffing it yet?
No, they're all about the Elmer's glue. So you take this, you just put it on a piece of cardboard, so you can take your pin and actually do a little dip in your glue first. Then when you stick it in, that thing's not coming out.
So you're gonna put the glue on your pin.
On the tip of my pin.
Okay.
See? So I'm going to do 4 for the first layer, because it's the tiny one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, cover up my little thing. Then I'm going to do 8.
So you're always
And I'm
gonna
going to
double.
do 8, I'm going to do 8, I'm going to do 8, I'm going to do 8, and I'm going to do 8 till I get to the top. And guess what I'm going to do at the top?
You're gonna put a thing
Before
on
I get all the way to the top, I'm going to seal it off with another square,
Because you don't want to see that.
because I don't want to see it. And then put whatever ribbon or bobble or what you
Yeah.
want on it. And again, this is just all pins. It's just pins. I like to use fancier pins on the top, so I'll throw in either the pearl ones we have for, you know what I mean, the glass head ones
glass heads.
work good, or I'll throw a
Oh,
corsage pin.
they've got some
in the
like
top.
interesting like
And these are
Christmassy
just-
colored ones too.
Make sure you get short pins. These are called, I think, satin dressmaker pins or sequin pins. They can also be called sequin pins. And that's the other thing. You can always take little beads and stick them all over too. Make it pretty.
Oh, you just go all out and have it all glittered up.
I think they're fun. I
I-
think they're
yeah.
fun. And yeah, so
How many times did you draw blood when you were making all of them? Did you ever poke yourself?
I don't remember poking myself at all. No.
Jean says the hardest part is to find the pins.
Really? These are little dressmaker pins. I think Hobby Lobby had them.
We don't have them.
They're called, well, no. They're
'Cause like
either they're
everything-
called
like
sequin pins.
Like everything else you demo on the show, we don't have it right now. I'm gonna have to order it.
These are sequin pins or sometimes called dressmaker pins, but you want them about 1 inch long. If they're
Yeah.
too long, they're no fun. The other thing is, if you're going to be doing this, it's good to have that little thimble thing on your finger.
Yep.
You
the
know,
leather
those
thumb, yeah,
little-
the leather ones,
Just something,
yeah.
because your fingertip does take a beating. So if you, or you
Nice.
just be. So anyway, yeah. So
So that's a fun little Christmas project if
I-
you're
it's-
bored on
it's-
Saturday morning.
one, it is a fun little project, and I've seen them made for all seasons, not just
It's
Christmas.
so much fun, she's making the family do it.
You
Yeah.
better do it.
Only
You
what
will
I'm
have
what
fun.
I'm going to do, because I wish it had done on this, is I'm going to make them put a tag with the date,
Yeah, because that's kind of cool. yeah.
because that's what's missing.
Maybe if
on
you take
this
all
and I
the
don't.
maybe she like sharpied it on there, so if you take it all apart, you can find it.
No, I don't think she did.
Maybe that's
And I think that would make it even more special. I'll remember who made it, and I'll remember how old it is. But it would be fun if they all had
a little bit. Yeah, that'd be kind of
a
cool.
dated. Oh, Mom made me made this in 2021.
I remember like on Christmas, when we used to go on vacations as children, you know, on the road trips and stuff. My mom would, everybody get by the sign so I can take a picture.
Yep.
Nobody cares.
Oh,
We're
well,
at Yellowstone, Mom. But
Yeah.
but now I look back and I see those pictures, like that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you can tell nobody wanted to be in the picture.
Yeah. But and
Except
the fact that
my
they could
sister
make
has
out a ribbon.
that grin on her face that you know that she's like,
Oh my gosh. It's fun you can make them out of ribbon too. That's an option.
yeah. I think the ribbon's a nice touch.
I
Gives
do
it that
too.
nice
I do
sparkliness.
too. I do too. And that was 3/4 inch ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just when you fold it. That's all. All right. So that was that.
Is that how we got?
Now, well, I got. What time is it?
We got a quarter after. It was almost 20 after.
Oh, what over?
I don't know. 20
No,
after
we
9.
started at 8:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's show this
Let's,
off.
let's show this real quick.
This is just something. People have asked me how we go about tracing, because last year we did a bunch of snowmen
Yeah.
and whatnot. So Brent just said, "Hey, how about you show them how to do this fabric?" So
Yeah,
this
for-
is using Design Center again, because people like to see how to use Design Center. We're going to demonstrate real quickly how you could quote custom quilt
Yeah.
this little guy.
So if you have like a little throw quilt or something, you just hoop it up and go.
Right, so we're going to throw that guy in.
And of course, you had to do the fox, which I think is he's like all the other animals
we're
are
just
kind of
doing it
cute,
quick.
but that fox looks like he's like he's like a serial killer amongst the rest of them with those eyes. He's like, yeah, I'm coming for you.
Jeez, throw yourself around. Now, the machines come, you want to show them what the machine comes with for a stylus. Dream Machine and the Luminaire come with 2 different styluses. I don't like either of them for doing this kind of work.
I don't have the stylus.
It's not
here.
on the end?
Oh yeah, this one. My bad. Stylus.
That
Here.
show how big and clunky it is.
See that there?
I mean, you can try and use it.
So
but-
that's like trying to.
The camera's not on.
This camera's not on. Oh,
Oh.
it's not. How's that? Is it coming up now? Hold on. Are we? Did you
These
unplug this when
gingerbread
you
nails are no
Yeah, you
good for
can
getting
plug it
stuff
in
out.
outside So that you can get there behind the counter.
Okay, is it on yet? You sure that you didn't unplug it from the back when you were doing all your magicness?
Pretty sure. Cause this is,
Well, no one wanted to see this anyway.
All right. Let me see. Hold on a second. Of course, you know, we got a black screen and people are like, "What's going on?"
Sing a song.
Oh,
La 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 la. I don't know how this goes in. I feel like I'm missing a part.
This isn't.
Well, I don't know how this is gonna. Yeah, because you see, Eddie.
Well,
This
maybe
one-
we
this
aren't
one-
going to show you this.
That one
today.
right there goes in.
Whoops, I might just.
Me, I'm unplugged.
We're all disappearing now.
Okay, that was an exciting.
Yay!
So this is the design center,
Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong.
and this is the stylus that we're talking about. Look at the tip on that bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't figure out.
That's
this
like
tip
trying to
goes in,
color
so
with the
it's a
wrong
bad
end of the
example.
crayon.
So they sell. It has to be. Help me with this word.
Capacitant, yeah, or
Capacitor. It has to be a capacitor stylus. This one I have here has several different tips. Several different tips that come with it, and my favorite I can't seem to get installed today. So,
So
but
you're
they're
gonna-
much tinier. They're much tinier, so you can get better, more accurate results.
Yes.
But we'll show you with that today. This one is by
Mecco.
Mecco, and it comes with two in a case. And I apparently shared, which was nice. But now I can't figure out how to get my smaller tip in. But I like using these much better for doing this kind
Yes.
of work. It's more accurate.
And if you're on a Dream Machine, the technology is a little bit different, so the stylus on the Dream Machine works actually better for this type of work out of the box.
Yeah.
The one that comes with the machine works fine. On the Luminaire, you are going to want to probably, if you're going to do a lot of this, invest in the stylus that's a little bit more precise than.
Yeah, or you can use your finger too, but I never have luck with my finger.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if a lot of times I'll be like, oh, why isn't this picking up? Why isn't this picking up? And it's because your screen is dirty. Because you have been using your finger and you're leaving residue on that screen. And then when you go to do some fine work with a fancy stylus, it can't get through the finger grease that's on your screen. So finger juice. So we're hooped up.
So if you like the barn quilts, just as a heads up,
Like this, that.
I got a text and we're now down to 2.
Oh, and this would be great for the barn quilts.
Yes.
That's why I said, oh, this kind of ties in because those are little panels and
Yep.
you can have fun outlining and
Yep. So
quilting
first
it
we want to
that
do what
way.
scan it in, right?
We do.
All right.
He's in design center.
I'm in design center, and I'm gonna. Yeah, that's good enough. And then I'm just gonna scan in my picture. I'm gonna do an image scan,
and this would,
and I'm just gonna do scan.
and I have to tell you, I think I owned my Dream Machine for maybe 2 years before I realized you could scan in a hoop. I thought, what good is this scanning thing if I always have to put that scanning frame on? I always thought you needed to put, that was the only way you could scan.
Yeah.
Duh.
Nope.
No,
I
and
hardly
this
ever
is-
use it. Yeah.
I know, I can't remember when I last used it.
So then.
All right, so we scanned.
So we scanned it in. Want to come back to this one, Eddie? So you can kind of see it's
See
now.
it on the screen?
No, what's important is you see up here, as I can fade that in and out so I can see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm working on. Because we're going to be doing some line work, I'm going to probably leave it about halfway so we can see what we're doing with the
Right.
lines.
That's how transparent your background is. This
Yeah.
is just a background at this stage.
Yeah.
And notice you can blow it up too, or zoom in on with the magnifying glass. Which with the Luminaire, I think you can go all the way up to 1400.
Yeah, you can go
which is
quite a bit.
crazy.
And I think the Dream Machine maxed out at like 8.
Yep. And also, see that little hand up there? that allows you to pan your image. So after you've enlarged it, because I probably go at least 400 when I'm doing this kind of thing.
All right, we'll go to 400.
And then I use my little pan tool to pan around. So
Are we going to trace the fox? Or
Yeah,
that little
let's
line,
just-
or that little gold line around it.
I was going to do this fox.
Okay.
I was going to do the fox.
All right.
So Brent is going to trace the fox.
Oh, you're not going to see why I failed kindergarten.
Well, that's okay. So basically, what he's doing is creating a line.
Yeah, and I'm just going to start.
Did you select line
Oh, I
first?
didn't. Good point.
You pick select. You're doing a line.
And we're going to do a line now. This is going to be a satin stitch. We just want to do like a running stitch or
Running
a
stitch.
Running stitch with a little
And
running
pick
stitch.
a color we can see.
Um,
But see how you can get fancy. You can
do some, yeah.
do some of your decorative stitches too.
And I don't.
And he's just tracing around.
Yeah, and it's not very good, but for
But
the
that's all right. This is
for the purposes of our show, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's
no,
gonna be
it
awful.
is. It is. It's okay. With a finer.
Yeah.
Now you can use your pan and move. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so you do- so you
you're
do
yeah
the
you're
pan.
kind of stink at that. I get very accurate with mine.
Well, for the.
But that's
you know,
okay.
I'm working
That's all
around-
right. But that's why
I'm working around a camera, and you forget who you're working with here.
you are working around a camera. But the cool thing is, this is how easy it is to add any sort of stitching. And if you make a mistake, you need to go back. You've got an eraser
There's an
there.
eraser right here.
And there's an undo command, which is why I stop often. Like, I'll do just the ear and stop. I won't try to make the whole face in one thing because I can always do an undo, and I don't want to do a lot of work. And he's left a good offset around his fox.
Except
You-
for over here, so I gotta go
You
up a
can
little bit more.
you can get really, really close, like really close.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially if you zoom in, you can get right on top of it if you
yeah.
want.
Now do his eyes for the heck. Just put some because I just want to.
And we're gonna give him some yellow
And he's still
eyes.
using his line tool. So basically, you're just freehanding.
You really can't see that yellow. I should do a different color. Let's make his eyes blue. And you know what else I'm gonna do because I'm off with this? We're gonna give him some eyebrows. There.
All right, that works.
And
Okay,
it'll give him some sharp teeth too.
okay, nice. All right, well, let's hit next and see what we get.
So now,
So obviously, you can anything you can scan in, you can
so you
change
can,
out.
yeah, so you can see but now if I want to, I could change that to a satin stitch just so it really shows up. And
Dun, dun, dun,
that'll take some
dun.
minute. And if you can't do that, you can't make the changes. Now you notice.
Oh, you only got the
Yeah.
one that was selected.
Yeah, because you notice because I had a break in it. But you can change it up. But oh wait, you know what? We're gonna put that back to a line because that needs to be a line. But you know where we need satin stitches?
His eyebrows.
His eyebrows definitely need to be satin stitches.
I just yawned. It's at these morning shows. I didn't get enough caffeine.
There we go. So anyway, you can see how fun this is. You could have all sorts of fun with this. Like we could totally make that. We could draw glasses on the fox and stitch that on too.
Yes, you could do whatever you wanted.
But
That's
if
the
you-
cool
if-
thing. Go to. I want to bring it up on the embroidery screen. So
Okay.
set it in. But if you start stitching that,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
it's going to stitch on there.
It's gonna stitch right
Go
on the
ahead,
fox.
embroider it.
Are we really?
Do we have fabric?
You only have like one eyebrow.
I have thread.
Yeah.
No, we have two. It's just one is satin and one isn't.
I mean, it's only gonna take 2 minutes, so why not,
But
right?
yeah, I want him. I just want him to prove that really what you see is what you get. That's how easy it is.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess though.
You
because
just
of the way I traced
custom.
that.
You just custom design something. Here it goes.
And the way
You
it
can
goes.
custom. You can. And then I put batting on this, so we're custom quilting it actually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even have to be quilted.
And if you really wanted to go all out, you could have cut some thicker batting and do like a trapunto thing underneath the fox head.
And look at it. Can you get a close up of that? Oh, we'll take it out after you can get a close up of it.
We're gonna do-
It's really well done. Now, you saw Brent, okay? You saw him doing it. But you didn't spend a lot of extra time finagling that, right? You just went
That's
for
kind
it.
of the story of my life, not spending a lot of time finagling it.
You went for it, and it's still coming out pretty cool.
And if we change thread colors, well, we got to finish up the. Yeah, this line here is going to be awful because.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this is the one I really screwed up.
No, it's just wide. It's
no,
an offset.
No, there's another one that's coming up that's gonna. Well, we already did it in there.
Now, unfortunately, it's doing them each line as its own thing in the order Brent created them.
Here's where the specialness happens though,
Oh, this
right
is
now.
special?
This is
Are you
where
going to
I'm.
advance?
No, I'm not going to advance this. We're putting the eyebrows and the eyes on. That's really what I wanted to see.
Okay. Here we go. There's
But
an
I
eyebrow!
only did one eyebrow though.
Only one is zigzagged.
Yeah.
One is a satin stitch. Look at that! Look at that! Opens a whole new world.
Oh yeah, you can have all sorts of fun.
Some
with it.
people forget that little tool is
I almost
there.
wanna do
I
this
had
now
someone
because-
the other day that said, "How are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Design
You
Center."
could make the cutest blocks. Put like some spectacles on the bear and a monocle for the owl.
All with your
Yeah.
machine.
And you could actually import the pictures, so you're not trying to draw the spectacles. You could actually digitize like a clip art version of
Oh,
it,
you could, you could.
and it would actually look better than my freehand.
I
awfulness.
think the freehand stuff is cool. I gotta be honest with you. I like it. I like getting in there.
Oh, well, we're putting fangs on them too. I forgot about the
Oh
fangs.
yeah, we have fangs. All the goodies. All the goodies.
Yeah, you all signed up for this today. You're like, we didn't know we were getting this, and then
Well, it came up as a question last week. So
I could cut it out and I
show
could
you
frame
all
it,
how easy it is.
sign it with a Sharpie, and then we can send it to auction.
Oh,
You know, it'd be like the next Banksy or something.
You just you can do some. You've seen these people doing those big panels, those big flowers, those big dream panels. Have you
Yep.
seen them? This is what they're doing. This is how they're doing it. They're scanning in a petal and then being artistic with the petal and then stitching it.
So there's your.
There it
there's your
is.
thought.
Look.
my goodness.
That was
But
just-
that's how accurate it was to what he did, though.
So you got the line.
Is that
there,
not accurate?
It's amazing.
And you can kind of see the fangs I put in there.
In the eyebrows, one good, one
Yeah,
not.
and you can see if I spent a little bit more time trying to trace a little bit closer, it'd be better off.
And a better
that's-
stylus. That's why
Yeah.
I recommend
Yeah.
using a fine point stylus.
But that was what 2 minutes of me messing around.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You
it's all
can
there is
do a
to it.
lot of good things with it.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's
right.
that. Woo!
Got all sorts of excitement in here today. So
Hopefully
anyway.
something of use.
We are probably not going to be here next week because the shop's closed. Eddie has threatened to give you all a New Year's special or a end of year's, but I don't know. It's not quite New Year's, but Eddie might run a show next week for you. But we'll be back here January 5th, same time, same place, with all sorts of excitement for the new year. And by then we'll have the calendar up and all that stuff.
Maybe.
So, thank you for joining us for another episode of Shenanigans with Brent and Becky. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember to sew on and be excellent to each other.
Woo!